Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Heavy Metal Devils. This is going to be the match preview for Manchester United versus Brighton this Saturday at 3 p.m. Absolutely massive game for us, guys. Really, really big game. But just before we get into this preview, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Let's get to 1,000 subscribers as soon as we can. Cool, guys. Let's do what we always do first, a bit of team talk. And we're going to talk about Brighton just a bit first. So the last 2 years, Brighton have really established themselves as a force in the Premier League. They got rid of Graham Potter. Well, they didn't get rid of him. They let him go to Chelsea, and we all know how that developed. But they brought in a guy from Italy named, was he? No, he wasn't from Italy. He was from like Shakhtar. Well, he is Italian. My bad, guys. Roberto De Zerbi. This guy could be the next prodigy coach, maybe the next Pep Guardiola. He has that Brighton team playing like one of the top sides in not just England, but in Europe. They possess the ball so well. They pass well. They score buckets and buckets of goals with players that are relatively either unknown or just ones that you wouldn't really see at the top level performing like this. What he gets out of that team is purely amazing. I just love, like, they're the hipster team right now, but they're so enjoyable to watch. They just pass with such crispness, effectiveness, and just tear teams apart. And it's very, very incredible for the caliber of players that they have. We all know that they sold two of their most important players this season, or from last season, this summer, in Alexis McAllister going to Liverpool and Moises Caicedo headed to Chelsea on a record transfer. We all thought maybe that would be a big, big hole that was left in Brighton's midfield, but I don't know what is going on with that team, but they don't seem to have lost a beat. They've recruited new players. They recruited Carlos Baleba from Lille. He is going to be Moises Caicedo's replacement. And we all know that he's probably going to be some gem, an uncovered gem, because Brighton just seems to sign these amazing players. But the question is, are these players good? Only good in Brighton's system? Because we have seen Moises Caicedo go to Chelsea and not do too well. McAllister has done okay at Liverpool, but Caicedo has kind of had a god-awful start at Chelsea. So who knows? Maybe these players look good in a Brighton side that plays to their strengths. They've also made just a couple other signings. They've made an incredible loan signing in Ansu Fati. I have no idea how they pulled that one off, because that dude is a star boy. He's had his injuries, but has been pegged to be one of Barcelona's big players in the future. And we'll see if he lives up to that after the last couple of years. He's been in and out of that team due mainly to injuries. They've sold players. They've sold a lot of their players like Leandro Trossard, Neil Maupay, Sanchez. They sold a lot of their players, and they're still holding up, scoring mad goals against opposition this year. They are also in the Europa League, which is a huge thing for them. I don't know if they'll do well. I don't know if they have the squad to handle Europa and Premier League, but they've done big things, man. And I can honestly see I think this will be De Zerbi's last year at Brighton, because he is going to get picked off by a top club, whether that could be a Real Madrid, that could be Manchester United, that could be Manchester City. It could be a lot of different teams. He's not going to be at Brighton for much longer. I can guarantee that. But we need to be very, very cautious with this Brighton team. We need to make sure we're all on our game plan. We've got loads of injuries that we need to step up and cover in, because they will tear us apart. That's what they do. They really tear teams apart like I said, it's been quite incredible with the caliber of players they have. So yeah, guys, Brighton, an extremely formidable team that can cause us lots and lots of problems. So we really, really need to come out strong and on our game this weekend. Cool. Let's talk about Manchester United. I mean, we talk about them every day, so there's probably not a whole lot I can say with that you guys don't already know. So, man, my throat is just not having it today. We are riddled with injuries at the moment. Martinez went off injured during the Arsenal game. Lindelof went off, but I think he's fine. I think it was just illness. Rafael Varane is injured. Luke Shaw is injured. We've had issues with Jadon Sancho. We have issues with Antony. Amad Diallo is injured. I mean, the injuries just keep on piling up, and the off-field issues just keep adding up. This could be a rough game for us, especially at the back line if Lisandro Martinez is not back in time. I think we'll need to seal our midfield up a bit more for this game with maybe 2 CDMs or a proper 8 and a CDM. I don't know if I see Christian Eriksen starting on this one. We'll see in a bit when I do my lineup. But, dude, this has been a rough few months for Manchester United. Our transfer window didn't go down that well. We brought in a few good players, but we got rid of practically nothing. We've got players that Erik ten Hag doesn't want here that are still playing minutes for our club, like Harry Maguire, Donny van der Beek. And not to mention just the PR around the club right now is really bringing everything down. You know, the stuff around not just Mason Greenwood that happened, but Antony, Jadon Sancho, Harry Maguire, the England drama going on right now. The mood cannot be good at Manchester United. And you wonder, is this going to affect us on the pitch? And I think it already has, guys. I think a lot of the issues we're seeing are results from what's happening off the pitch, from the Glazers not being sure what they want to do, from these issues with Sancho, Antony, Greenwood happening, to players not leaving. It's just a big mess, and it's like a high school drama show at the moment at Manchester United. So you've got to hope that we keep our heads up and we come out strong for this game. Erik ten Hag is under a lot of pressure, though I am completely behind Erik ten Hag. I don't think a lot of what's going on is Erik ten Hag's fault. He wanted players out. It's just our shit board can't sell players or bring the players he wants in. We wouldn't have been in any crisis issue with our defense if we got that Kim Min-jae deal done and got rid of Harry Maguire. I think we'd be totally fine right now, but that didn't happen. And it's unfortunate that didn't happen. We did look okay during Arsenal. I thought we looked good for the majority of the game. We had lots of good possession. We did a lot of things we had a lot of possession without doing much, but I thought we actually held ourselves quite well. Apart from the last 10 minutes, I thought Rasmus Højlund looked like he could be a big problem for opposition. Sorry, guys, throat again. But yeah, I thought we did make improvements in the way we play in our team during that Arsenal game. The only issue is that we lost players as well during the Arsenal game. And will they be back for this one? I'm not quite sure. You're going to have to wait just a minute longer until we do our lineup. So, did see some improvements. We really need to start seeing a proper style of play come around now. Erik ten Hag has bought a lot of these players, brought a lot of them in, and we need to start seeing his style implemented on this team. We need to perform better, guys, especially with a team like Brighton. So, with all that being said, should we look at my predicted lineup? Anyway, here is my predicted lineup, guys. So the back line, surprisingly, stays the same, mostly the same for me. We got big Andre Onana at the back, as usual. I think he's been phenomenal so far. Maybe he could have saved 1 or 2 extra goals, but his passing, the way he commands his area is stunning to me. And it's still weird to watch it. I still get goosebumps every time this dude goes up the field with the ball. Seeing him on the halfway line does make me nervous, but it's exciting. Right back, I've got Aaron Wan-Bissaka. I think we will need him to shut down Matoma. Then we've got Lindelof. I think he's cleared of his injury. And then here we go. I have put Lisandro Martinez in to start. He did come off the out of the Arsenal game, it seemed more precautionary. But then, for some reason, we let him go to Argentina for international duty to not play. He didn't play at all. I don't get why we sent him. He should have stayed there, stayed at Carrington rehabbing. But seeing that he did go to Argentina is telling me maybe he will be ready for the Brighton game, and the injury, it was just precautionary. So I'm going to keep him in the lineup, but I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Harry Maguire in there, and that will just shoot everyone down, unfortunately. And on the left, I think he'll keep Diogo Dalot in that starting lineup. I see Reguilon being on the bench, but I think this is too big of a game to have Reguilon in. If someone goes down or we need a replacement, I can see Reguilon stepping in for Dalot. But at the moment, I think we keep Dalot in that team on the left side until Luke Shaw is ready. I think Reguilon is literally just here as a second option. In the 6, I'm going with Casemiro. He's been a bit off the boil, but started to look a bit better during Arsenal, still working on his fitness. It takes him a little while to get back. I mean, he is getting up there in age, but he'll be back. So I'm going to keep him in the 6. In the 8 position, or you can see this maybe as 2 6s or whatever you want to do. I think this will be the debut of Sofian Amrabat. He did get withdrawn from the Morocco national team for injury as well, so he's been rehabbing a back injury, but he's had this back injury since the World Cup. Seems pretty minor. So I think Erik ten Hag could give him his debut during this game because we need our midfield to be extremely strong. I like Christian Eriksen, but I don't trust him in for a game like this. I just think it's going to be too high tempo for him, and he can come in maybe for the last 20, 30 minutes or so because he does run out of steam after about 60 minutes. So Amrabat in. Hopefully his fitness is good to go. And then in the 10, we have to have Bruno. He is our best chance creator. I think with Rasmus in this team now, he's going to get someone who can actually stick goals away. And he's our captain, so he has to play. He's had an absolute stellar time with Portugal the last few games he's played as well. So he looks to be on it. Left wing, Marcus Rashford got a goal against Arsenal on the score sheet now. I think he is going to be a big factor in this game because they do like to press and play high up, so we could utilize him over the top to score some goals. On the right wing, I've gone with Facundo Pellistri. I think this is his time now, with Sancho being out, Antony being suspended, Amad Diallo is injured. I think this would be a good time to see what Facundo Pellistri could do. I was debating about maybe putting Bruno on that right side and having a midfield of Casemiro, Amrabat, and McTominay, or Casemiro, Amrabat, and Eriksen or something, because I'm not sure Mount will be ready for this game yet. But let's go with Facundo Pellistri on the right side. I want to see what this kid can do now, and I think he's going to be excellent for Rasmus Højlund. He's our only natural wide right winger that likes to get to the byline and put crosses in, and I think Højlund will absolutely love him. And down the middle, our bull himself, Rasmus Højlund. Rasmus, he is now in the head to start. This morning came out that Anthony Martial could have his contract terminated at Manchester United. I'll speak about that a bit more later on, but I don't see Martial starting ever again as long as Højlund is good to go. He looked stellar, amazing against Arsenal, was absolutely bullying their defenders. So let's see what he can do against Brighton and going forward. So yeah, kind of a pretty decent starting lineup. It's the bench that's going to worry me. Of the players that we have to come in and fill in, I think our bench is going to look absolutely dog shit. But it is what it is, guys. That's the starting lineup I am going for. Now, score predictions. I'm a Manchester United fan, and I'm going to go for a 2-1 victory over Brighton. I don't know if I actually believe that in my head. I believe that it might be a draw, but let's go with a 2-1 victory. I want to see Rasmus on that score sheet. And what the hell? Let's say that Facundo Pellistri gets a goal as well. I'm just throwing things out there, but I'd love to see Rasmus get his first goal. So 2-1 is my score prediction. I think it's going to be a high intensity game. I think we'll be under the cosh a lot, guys. But I think we'll come out strong and put some goals past them. They are capable of letting goals slip by. So I think we could do it. Anyway, comment down below. Do you think we'll win? And let me know down below your score predictions, guys. That is going to be my match preview for Manchester United versus Brighton this weekend, Saturday at 3 p.m. See you guys all for the match review, boink, after the game. I'm still working on finding another channel, maybe to link up to do some watch-alongs with, because I just don't want to do them by myself, to be honest. But yeah, anyway, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good shit. And I will see you after the game on Saturday. Later.